from Parliament indicates that the House has just approved the amended E-levy bill. The E-levy bill, which was pegged at 1.5% through the amended bill, has now been reviewed downwards to 1%. Let's hear excerpts of the debate from both sides of the House before it was passed.
Which will include revision of the various exclusions. As a first step, however, the headline rate will be reduced by 1% of the transaction value, alongside the removal of daily thresholds. Mr. Speaker, what we were informed in the budget was to do two things. First, to reduce the E-levy rate from 1.5 to 1%. And second, to remove the daily threshold of 100 cedis. Mr. Speaker, we in the minority had indicated strongly that we do not believe that the 100 cedis threshold must be removed. Mr. Speaker, because of a number of reasons. The first is because, Mr. Speaker, the 100 cedi threshold, is to, one, protect the vulnerable and to protect them from paying taxes on electronic transfer. However, Mr. Speaker, it is also important for us to understand that the electronic levy, the E-levy itself, at the time they introduced the 100 cedis exemption as a threshold, the currency for the value of the 100 cedis from the time they introduced the tax to today has been eroded. Mr. Speaker, if you are to use the deflator, the inflation deflator to adjust, it is obvious to know that the 100 cedis, then the value of 100 cedis at the time, in today's time, is about 40-something Ghana cedis. So clearly, I do not see why the ministry will have to remove this. Mr. Speaker, what the ministry has done is that they have listened, and in presenting the E-levy bill, Mr. Speaker, clearly they have decided to remove what they had intended to exclude. Mr. Speaker, it is important for us to commend them. But at the minimum, they have listened. Mr. Speaker, but you see, the other point had to do with the fact that they are reducing the rate to 1%. Mr. Speaker, our position is that this tax must be removed completely. But since we have not been able to achieve that position, and government has said that they want to reduce it from 1.5 to 1%, it's our prayer that next year again, they reduce it to 0.5. And the following year, in the year 2025, we will completely abolish it completely. Because, Mr. Speaker, we believe that it's a tax that has no space, it's a tax that is distortionary, and our position on this E-levy still remains. But as long as we cannot achieve that, and government has made an effort to reduce the rate from 1.5 to 1%, Mr. Speaker, we cannot be the same people to oppose it. If we don't want it at all, and rather they are reducing the burden on an ordinary person, we can only support them to reduce the burden. But it's my hope that in the next budget, the minister will remove the entire E-levy because, Mr. Speaker, it is indeed obnoxious. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, the motion, and ask that we support the motion based on the fact that the point raised by the ranking member of the Finance Committee are the reasons why we are supporting this motion. Mr. Speaker, when the issue of E-levy came in 2021, we made our position clear that the position of we from this side of the House is that the tax should not be imposed at all. And we also saw what happened. We did our best, but the other side of the House were able to pass it. The minister in 2001 projected to raise about 6.9 billion Ghana cedis from E-levy. And eventually, at the end, the amount raised was around 500 million Ghana cedis. For this 2023, it is projected that the E-levy will rake in another 2.2 billion Ghana cedis. The approval of this is our hope that the E-levy will rake in 2.2. Mr. Speaker, it is our wish that the threshold is increased to 200 to protect the vulnerable, to protect the poor. Initially, the government made an indication that they will even remove the threshold. But since they have listened to all the views from all other sides to maintain the 100, we will go with them. I hope that in future the threshold can be increased to at least 200 or even 300 today. That is what we wish. But for now, we want to support government so that 2.2 billion can be raised from the E-levy. Mr. Speaker, our position as minority is that when you are collecting this levy, there are challenges with the system where some people, even when they transfer 20 cedis, they are charged. We want to urge the Ministry of Finance to work on the system so that the threshold of 100 is observed, so that when I'm transferring 50 Ghana cedis, I should not be charged, because that is what most people have experienced when they are transferring within the threshold. They are still charged the 1.5. Now that you are bringing it to 1% and you are maintaining the threshold at 100, I think I will support government to ensure that the 2.2 billion is realized by government. On that note, Mr. Speaker, I want to support and urge that all of us support this motion. I thank you very much.
Yes. Voice to the debate on the floor. And I must state that, Mr. Speaker, I rise squarely in support of this motion. Mr. Speaker, this government is a pro-poor government. A government that has introduced many social intervention programs. Key among these, education. And Mr. Speaker, government, upon assumption of office, Mr. Speaker, reduced many taxes and abolished many more. It is therefore coming up with these levies as a matter of necessity. Mr. Speaker, just for the avoidance of doubt and in support of this motion, I would like to state for the records that, Mr. Speaker, this government, true to its promise, abolished in 2017 duty on importation of spare parts, levies imposed on Kayaye by local authorities, excise duty on petroleum, special petroleum tax rate from 17.5 was reduced to 15%, 5% VAT and NHI on real estate sales. Mr. Speaker, that was abolished. The 17% VAT NHI on domestic airline tickets was also abolished.